day, everybody. It is hours later after I actually filmed this video and I realized I did not make an intro, as per usual. So today we are back with another episode of Piper Reacts, one of my favorite series to shoot, and supposedly one of y'all's favorite series to watch. If you want to see more, please leave a like, hit subscribe, it's totally free, it's not costing you anything. And without further ado, let's get on to the video. Our very first video that we're going to react to is going to be 6 types of players from SSO, and it's actually the second video. That's because I filmed this so many times, and I had to rewatch the first one so many times that the surprise was gone, so I figured we would just restart. So first off, love her horse. I have that horse. If you've watched my channel or you've seen me ride around or you look at my Instagram, I have that one. Her name is Fate, and it's just, I love seeing people on the peach ante. It's one of my favorite horses in the game.
So in today's video, we're going to take a look at the second part of 6 types of SSO players. It's been over a month since I did my last one, and you guys really loved that video, so I figured I'd make a part 2 sooner than I planned. In case you haven't seen the first part,
I'm glad that she made a part 2, but I was wondering how long she was planning on waiting to make a part 2. I feel like 6 months is a very good long amount of time, especially if you post multiple times.
I will link it in the upper right corner and description box so you can still check it out if you want to. In that video, I did do the very basic types of SSO players, and in today's video, we're going to do some more specific ones, and I actually already have a list for a 3rd episode, so that might be coming within a month or two. As
if you guys want me to react to the 3rd episode, because I do think it's out, and if you want me to react to that first one and just power through it, by all means leave a comment, let me know. If not, just leave suggestions on stuff you want to see.
Anyway, I bet y'all are really excited for part 2, so without any further ado, let's just jump straight into it. So for this first type, I just had to do the YouTuber because in case you haven't noticed, I'm a YouTuber myself and I want to present to you what it
is. Points for honesty. You gotta self-identify.
Is like to be a YouTuber on SSO. Here are a few things I do on SSO whenever I'm not recording a video, because usually I log on to make a video and I log back off because currently I kind of have a busy life dealing with school and leasing a horse, so I don't really play that much anymore. But when I do have free time, I read my mail, I might do some championships because I really love doing those, and sometimes at the championships or just when I'm recording a video at a random location, I meet some fans too, which is always so much fun. So whenever you see me, just come up to me. Usually I am AFK, so I apologize in advance if that happens. But if I'm not AFK, I would love to talk to you. So yeah, that is basically some things I do as a YouTuber on SSO.
I do appreciate how much time she puts into this, and all the videos she has up, they're all fantastic, and all that energy and that time that goes into it. I absolutely love her channels and stuff, so I would recommend go giving her a follow. I'll leave all her stuff in the description.
You can. Next up, we have what I call the independent player, and I'm leaning towards this one as well, especially on my alternate account. Okay. I did not want to call this one the loner because I feel like that really has a negative vibe to it, and this is not a negative thing at all. Being independent is not negative at all. This player will usually not have a lot of friends on their friends list because they don't really talk to people that often because they like their alone time. They also usually don't want to be in a club because they don't see the point in it because they're really busy and therefore can't come to events all the time. So they don't really see the point in it and they don't want to be a burden to the club. Which, by the way, you are never a burden to your club because I'm sure that they all really love you and they love seeing you online and talking to you. But if that's just not your vibe, then I totally respect that, and I hope.
As a club leader, I gotta say, these are facts. Not wanting to be online all the time or feeling like a burden for missing events. A good club leader, they're gonna understand. A good club leader, a good club owner even would understand that you can't be online all the time. That's a big policy for us at the Golden Goose Pack anyhow. And so, if you're ever feeling pressured that you have to be online all the time or that it's not okay to have a life outside of SSO, I would reevaluate that club a little bit. It should be a happy, healthy environment that makes the game more enjoyable, not something that stresses you out.
other people will do so as well. So yeah, this is the independent player, and I felt like this one was really important to put in because I feel like a lot of people nowadays are a mix of the independent player and maybe another type. But of course, there's going to be people out there that don't relate to this at all and are extremely social, and that is okay too, because if we would all be the same, what a boring world we would live in, right?
So true. So true.
Next up, we have the Chore Addict, and I feel like a lot of people forget about this one very often because you just don't really see them a lot online, but I do know they exist because I used to be one myself. I used to be obsessed with getting
Once again, honesty points, you gotta self-identify, self-reflect. You know these people too when you meet them. Like, if you meet a new person, you know that they do all of their chores. Which isn't a bad thing. It's just something fun you're able to figure out pretty quick.
Every single blue dot off of my map and just completely wiping the blue dots out because that was what I did on SSO back in the day. I really did have too much time on my hands back then, I know. If you enjoy doing chores, because honestly I kind of do, it's the same thing over and over again, but I do really love doing it for some reason, then I think you can consider yourself a chore addict. Like I mentioned a few seconds ago, I used to be one myself, and I no longer am a chore addict because I just don't have the time to do all chores anymore. But there actually are still people out there that love doing chores, so this one is for you guys. I also wanted to show some love for the club owners out there because we all know that these club owners work so hard to give their own club a good time. I've never been a club owner myself, so this is merely
horse Jenga. We do this sometimes with like 3 in the morning when the club's online and we don't have anything to do. We play horse Jenga. I really like the coat color on that horse too. I don't really see that around a lot, but if they could just put that on like a new model anything. The new English thoroughbred looks so pretty like that.
An interpretation of what club owners do. I cannot confirm this, so don't come for me, please. Anyway, the club owner is the type of person that runs the Instagram account of your club if you have one. True. They will also check their mail very often in case there are questions from club members or maybe even non-club members. They will also
I feel like at least for my club where that differs, and I don't know, all of our staff members, so like owner, leaders, and riding instructors, we're all like very close and we all work really hard to like keep each other in the loop. We don't really use a lot of Star Stable mail. We use a lot of Discord, and we schedule lessons through mail, but we don't really have questions asked all that often. And when we do, it's more during like a PR thing where we're actually out doing like an open lesson, and then you have like in-person conversation.
So edit the events page on your club thingy when you press F on SSO every single week or maybe even every single day. They also play a huge role in organizing events, and they're also the type of person who will try their very, very, very best to run the club the best they can. I really think club owners should be so well respected because they do put a lot of effort into your enjoyment of the game. So yeah, big shout out.
People don't understand how much effort your like leaders and owners and riding instructors put in. Like, they sacrifice their game time so that you can like have a lesson, have events. They sacrifice their personal time. We spend a lot of time on stuff, i.e. Instagram, YouTubes, stuff like that. So there should be a lot of respect for club owners and like in the community. I feel like they don't get.
To club owners,
this better not be a trash ad.
Many people often remark that one of the most significant moments in their life is the day they met their new pet.
You guys are amazing, and that was the club owner type of SSO player, I guess. Then we have the dressage lover, and especially on Nightstar, you can find a lot of these. You will usually find the dressage lover on a Frisian with a dressage outfit in the dressage arena in the riding hall. Not only the Frisians, but also the Lusitanos, I believe, and the recent Andalusians are really popular dressage horses as well because of their special movement. The Lusitano has the piaffe and the Andalusian has the Spanish walk. I'm not sure if the Lipizaners are still booming in the dressage world as well. They also have a special movement. They can levade, if that is the right way to pronounce it. I'm just not sure if they are used that often anymore, but those are types of horses that are very often used in dressage. A lot of dressage lovers are also in dressage clubs because yes, they exist too, and they have dressage practice maybe twice, maybe 3 times, 4 times a week. These people have such a passion, such a big heart for the dressage sport, and for some reason, I actually admire that. It's actually so cool to see people who might not be able to achieve their dreams in real life actually kind of live it in SSO. Obviously, it's not real, but it does kind of represent the in real life experience, and I just think that's really cool. So this is basically all I can say.
I will say dressage riders are usually really fun to hang out with because they're not, they've got crackhead energy, but they know how to save it. Our club does a lot of dressage, and so everybody, when you're in the arena, you're supposed to be very calm and control and listening, all kind of stuff. And then we go on a trail ride, and all that energy that you keep contained, they let it out, and we all go crazy. It's amazing. It's wonderful, and just dressage in general, it's really fun because it's so precise, and there's a right way to do things. There's a wrong way to do things. You can still be creative, but in the end, it's not very objective. So it's very easy to teach, and even if it's difficult to learn, it's very rewarding, going up levels and all that kind of stuff.
About the dressage person, and then now let's move on to the very, very last one, which is actually the contrary to the dressage person.
It's gonna be a racer.
Then we have the show jumper, and this is also me. I relate to a lot of these types. I'm a mix of multiple, and you can be a mix of multiple too. This one is also kind of me. I just really love show jumping in SSO, which is why my roleplay series is also about show jumping. Anyway, the show jumper is someone who loves to do the races in the riding arena, but at the part where the jumps are set up, if you get what I mean. They are also such a big fan of the jumping competition from Lizzie at Paddock Island. That one is my favorite race when it comes to the shorter races. I really love that one, and just anything that has to do with show jumping, as well as
I feel like show jumpers and cross country riders hang out together a lot, just because they both really like it. I think hunters, hunter over fences, that kind of stuff, they're all always in the riding arena as well. And I have massive respect for the show jumpers because there's so much control in real life and in SSO. You have to control what speed you're going, or you're gonna hit rails and all that kind of stuff. And show jumping edits are super difficult. So just kudos to anyone who loves show jumping, all that kind of stuff. I enjoy it, but it's just, that's a whole different realm, a whole different level of precision. So well done, honestly, and they're just really fun to be around.
In real life is just really amazing to most show jumpers. In case you don't know about my equestrian account on Instagram called dario.eq, on there I follow a lot of show jumpers, including the FEI jumping account, because I just love keeping up with international sport as well. That's a big dream for me. Kinda bummed that Belgium didn't win the Nations Cup in Barcelona, but I digress. In SSO, the show jumper loves those races I just mentioned. The show jumper also really, really loves the new saddles that just came out because they have a jumping girth, and in my opinion,
who doesn't love those saddles? Those are gorgeous.
And when it comes to equipment, that type of a saddle is my favorite saddle ever in SSO. They've done such a great job on it. Actually, I take that back because I'm obsessed with the Moorland saddle, but aside from that one, I really love these as well. And that, you guys, was everything for the last type, the show jumper. And with that being said, we have come to the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed today's video.
That was pretty accurate. I've met some of those people. We have a lot of those people in our club. I was really hoping to see like racers in this video, cross-country riders, and just like super, super hardcore club event situations. Maybe we'll watch another one. But for now, that is going to be it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was fun. It was really interesting for me to kind of look back through and think about all the crazy experiences I've had with these different types of players. So I can't wait to see all of you guys online. Have a fantastic day.